a beer garden here at Nether Kirkgate. You know, this used to be a road. Drivers used to honk their horns because when they went through it, they couldn't see round this sharp bend. The tunnels, Unit 5. Beware, disguised eco-centrish operates in the city. Who comes down here? This used to be a road. If we die, we're taking you with us. Tory will always Tories. Tories actually. Tories will always Tories. There's Tory in Aberdeen and there's Tories. But they're the Conservatives. Daddy, I want a pony. Not nice language down here. This is by the beer garden, the road that's been closed, disused. Does anyone come through here? The tunnels, Unit 5. What are the young people really doing? Some of them don't seem to have good intentions. Good intentions and moguls. The great wizard of the north. Save the planet, smash the state. Buy the illusion. This is the murky underworld. No antisocial behaviour. Saying no to no antisocial behaviour. Who gives these people time of day? Aberdeen's murky underworld. This used to be a road. It's now blocked. Drivers honked their horns because they couldn't see what traffic was coming. Now it's been abandoned. Aberdeen's murky underworld. And it's noisy. Air vents. No, it's generators. What's in there? A cubbyhole. Generators for electricity. Making a racket, perhaps. Who comes down here? The murky underworld. It's the tunnels. Live music highlights. Young people like music. They do like music. Gracie Petrie, Colin MacLeod, Les Sepp, Led Zeppelin, Henge, Baby Strange, Ryan McMullen, Erasers, Dancing on Tables, Ross Learmonth, Skylights, Jonah Matranga. Live music highlights. Young people do like music, but nowadays there's Spotify. Stream it online. Just not in a Scottish prison. Well, there's nobody down here anyway, except for me and a noisy generator. Come out the other side. It comes out. Oh, it comes out here. The other side of the demolished Aberdeen Market Building. The market building that's now a home to seagulls, wildlife, inner city Aberdeen. And actually, come round, come full circle, come round at the other angle. You can see you know, that tunnel actually, that's changed. It used to go through to Windmill Brae. What happened? It used to cross over what's now the Denver and Joe Carriageway under Union Street. What changes have been taking place? What have I missed? Well, I mean, that tunnel was actually quite dangerous. So I've never driven through it. These are the changes in the murky underworld of Aberdeen, inner city Aberdeen, where now the seagulls are flourishing by the old abandoned Aberdeen Market building. Changes, developments happen. It's a job for people to keep track of them, communicate it, make people aware, not just what's happening in the present, but what's happened, the changes and the developments that have shaped inner city urban environments. Some of these signs are not polite. You need to say per favore, please, welcome the Italians. Oh, here's Boris Johnson. He's got his face ripped off. So, young people don't like Boris Johnson. And yet, he was London Mayor. Took the flag, the Olympic flag, from Beijing to London, introduced Boris bikes to London. Correction wind. Well, the governments do make lots of corrections. They make lots of mistakes too. But mistakes are only human, part of learning, lifelong learning. East Green. This is the green, all right. You know, it's the 14th of August, 2022. A resident said yesterday on Springfield Road, it's not nice filming houses. But actually, Google Street View does every property, but they don't do it. They don't do the change of the seasons, and also they don't. What places look like might not be accurate. Actually, some of these houses on Queen's Road by West Home Avenue are quite big. And actually, care homes blend right in. Sometimes. I don't really know what to film today, and I'm not really targeting care homes in a sense, but actually I just thought I might target this street just to give everyone a sense of what's actually here. I mean, look, these are the brown garden waste bins, and they're also food waste bins. This is Aberdeen City, and this is Thursday, Queen's Road. Look at that. Overtaking buses. This is what really goes on. And actually, Google Street View fans, they capture static images. It's not video. It doesn't show real time, on the ground, some of the dangerous manoeuvres some car drivers do take. You know, overtaking buses, that's actually quite risky, because if a child steps off, a driver may not notice them. And some of these houses here, I mean, they could actually be care homes. And actually, there are care homes on Queen's Road. But I mean, the point is, some of these houses could really... They are quite large. I mean, it might be families, but it might not be. It might be older couples. Really, you don't know who lives where. I mean, just look. Take a closer look at some of these properties. This is Queen's Road. And actually, set amongst the backdrop of some of these properties, there are care homes. To care for people, you actually need large homes. And people under one roof, actually, it's company in a sense. Is this care? This is actually Queen's Road. This is just out and about. I mean, look, this is Angusfield Avenue. Oh, Angusfield Avenue actually runs that way, down to Springfield Road. I mean, really, this video is just capturing Queen's Road in the present day. In video, 4th of August 2022. You know, this is actually different to what generally media professionals do. They go by press releases, people issuing pre-written statements which may or may not reflect the truth. This is having initiative, just going about in the city of Aberdeen. This is Queen's Road. Ross Skene is the name of that house. You know, some of these houses have names. I mean, this is Bindi Thursday, Queen's Road. It's the brown and grey bin. The brown bin is for garden rubbish, also food waste. Yeah, some people have addresses on bins. The grey bin is... The grey bin is for plastic. It's different. There's actually a black bin on a separate week. It's for refuse waste bin. These are bins. And I mean, these bins are quite big. If there's older people in these properties, they can have difficulty putting them out. I mean, they're also care issues. I mean, who do you call to help you put your bin out? Well, actually, no one's really available. I mean, take doctors, for example. Medical practices, well, they're only open during the working day. They're shut at evenings, they're shut at weekends. I mean, this is the big issue for care. This is Angusfield House Care Home. It's on Queen's Road. This is it from the outside. What you get, the impression you get here is celebrate diversity. Celebrate diversity, look at all the flags. Now, here's the issue. Can you identify them? Well, actually, you need to know your flags. You can see the Australian one. Or is it New Zealand? No, it's New Zealand actually. New Zealand's the one with the red stars. And it's also got the Union Jack. That's different to the Australian one. It's got the white stars and the Union Jack. So what's the Union Jack with the circle? I mean, there's multiple countries have the Union Jack across the world. It's celebrate diversity, celebrate the British Empire. There's another one, look, a Union Jack, a light blue flag and yellow stars. This is Angersfield House Care Home. The message here is celebrate diversity, celebrate the British Empire. But actually, there's other flags as well. I mean, you've got to remember Australia's also got the same head of state as the Queen. The same as Britain, the same as Canada also. And there's also the Commonwealth of Nations, and the Queen, Elizabeth II, who's getting older, is the head of all these rainbow nation states. And the Scottish flag, that's the blue one with the white stripes. The English one's there, the Red Cross with the white background. Identifying flags, talking about flags at Angersfield Care Home. You know, there's no residents about here. No, they're all inside. Probably chin wagging, having cups of tea, maybe doing some exercises. That's probably what's going on. I mean, actually, caring staff and nurses do have a vested interest to look after patients. And they do care. Care is about community, actually. People coming together, exchanging banter. I mean, just look at these flags. You know, there's more over there. No one's actually bothering me here. No one's coming out of the care home. This is Angersfield Care Home. Some of these flags you can't identify, but they're likely countries in the Commonwealth. But there are some other ones. Why actually have the flags been put up? An area to sit outside, plants. Now some of these flags you just can't identify. Oh, actually that one, black, red, blue and green, that's the flag of South Africa, Pretoria. This one here, that's South Africa. Represents Pretoria. But South Africa's got 3 capitals. Pretoria, also Johannesburg, and there's one more. Pretoria, Johannesburg. What's the third one again? You need to think sometimes. What jogs your memory? Capitals. Oh, there's Cape Town. Cape Town, Johannesburg and Pretoria. The 3 provincial capitals of South Africa. But I mean, I recognise South Africa. Multiple flags? What are they?
Are you okay?
Oh yes, I'm fine.
I just wondered, because you had your phone. Are you alright?
Is that a problem?
Yeah, this is a nursing home. I'm only asking if you're
And what's the
alright.
problem?
Sorry?
What's the problem?
Because you have your phone and I have residents inside here.
You can't see any residents.
Right, well,
You're concerned there's residents inside. I can't see any residents from the
but why
outside.
are you holding your phone up to the window?
The windows are dark.
Yeah, I know, but I mean...
Well, what's the problem?
It's fine, I don't want you
can't see residents.
Well, there's plenty of them. Can you leave, please?
I can't see any residents through the glass windows.
I'd like you to leave if that's alright.
Are you taking care of them?
Yes, I am, and you don't have
What are you doing with them?
Sorry?
What are you doing with them?
I would like you to leave, please.
What do you do with them?
What do I do with them?
Yes.
Look after them. That's
Do you look
fine.
after them? Do you play games?
Sorry?
Do you play games?
Who are you?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, but I'm wondering...
Well, you don't know anything.
Because, excuse me, you have a camera and we have residents in here. I want to know what you're doing.
I have a camera.
Yeah, you have a camera and I'd like you to leave.
I don't know what the problem is.
You said, what's your problem? You said, I'd like you to leave. You have no reason to be here.
What do you do with the residents in here?
What does it matter? What I
I'm
do
just
with them?
curious.
Yeah, but they can... You have a camera there and I have residents.
There's no you can't see through the windows. They're blacked out.
Can I answer the purpose of you
I was just asking, what do you do with them here?
Is it private property?
Yeah, but this is a care home. I could end up in here one day.
I'm just asking.
What do you do with them?
You speak to me.
Are you not answering? The horse is trying to eat the wooden stick. Look. Seeing is believing. Is this why horses go to the vet? Must be. You know, you can forget place names, but this is opposite Hazelhead Park, the golf course. It's opposite the golf course on Countess Wells Road. You know, it's the big landmarks you remember. That's how people, when they go abroad on holiday, they might navigate by landmarks, church spires, camping, ringing the bells to call people to church. No, it's not camping, it's champing. But people do go camping. The Dutch famous for it. Loads of campsites around Britain, around the country, the land. Use multiple words when you start stumbling. Stumbling blocks. I guess there's flow in thoughts. A role for psychiatrists. Shooting video and e-healthcare. Well, that can help the nurses and the doctors to actually see the interactions with the staff, because there's all these rota shift changes. Big problem in the hospital. And a mental hospital, that can be chaos, I imagine. I mean, think about it. The police are forever taking people there. Seems to attract crime. Well, alcohol and drugs linked to crime. The Scottish Government say it's a prolific problem. This is just a horse. An innocent horse that started off trying to eat a wooden post. What starts a video? How does it end? What's in between? Well, maybe there's a sequence, an order and a sequence. Logic. No, logic is actually the higher cognitive skills. But actually, there's randomness in everything. Randomness linked to probability. Science, technology, engineering and maths. And what happened to English? I mean, really, the Canadians always said the Americans were backwards. And I mean, the Americans invented STEM, or the concept, in 2001. But only in recent years has it caught on. What happened to English? English and STEM. English is important. There's synonyms, logic, logical flows. I mean, in technology there's and or gates and NAND gates. There's stuff of circuit boards, building them, soldering them. No soldering happens in Britain, in this country. Scotland, or the United Kingdom. Easier to say, actually, Scotland, United Kingdom, than words with R. You can say R easily, but not Britain. Well, it's more difficult. The British Isles. Now that's easier to say. It's got an S. Oh, this is phonetics and jolly phonics. That's how the children learn. Saying, combining with S. What's significant about S? Horses. Oh, children like horses. What's significant about S? S for Sierra. That was common with the police. Why is S easier to say? British. British easier than Britain. What's easier about S? The letter S? Oh, it's at this post again, look. The horse. Horse, horsey. The letter S seems to be easier to say. Synonymous. Watching the horses. Horses. Horsey behaviour. I'm trying to think why S is easier to say. Keep talking. Talk about nothing. Sunday evening. Oh, that's an S. But Sunday in French is dimanche. And that's harder again. the French days of the week. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi. That's Monday to Friday. And then samedi and dimanche. Sunday's hard to say, but it was the Sabbath. French, the days of the week. And horses. What's the connection between horses and French? Well, I don't think there is a connection. French chateaus did lords of the manor ride horses. Horseback. Horse and carriage. Lots of French castles, chateaus. Escape to the Chateau. Channel 4 documentary. All these events and TV programmes, they add knowledge. Putting it together, is there logic, flows in the brain, connections, connotations, synonyms, alternative words? Well, children need to learn language, English, as well as STEM, science, technology, engineering and maths. There might be clues through language. Perhaps. These are just horses. What's in a horse? And they're eating grass now, but it was trying the wooden post. And why is S easier to say? No S's in the French days of the week. And you can reel off the French days of the week quite easily. A simple grasp of French. Children study jolly phonics, phonetics. The police of the phonetic alphabet. There's NATO. Like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. People that are older, actually, they might really value their life, in a sense, and not wanting to suffer pain. That may be one reason. Older people they like staying at home watching the TV. To go outside, there's lots of risks. Here, it's tranquil. This is the River Don. And it is tranquil. Look, the river is barely moving. There's no ducks. There's no seagulls on the water. And Just take stock. Look at all this shrubs, trees. There's lots of them here on the banks of the River Don by Diamond Bridge. Just take stock. You know, actually, there was quite a dangerous tree along Granham Drive. It was bent and hanging suspended in mid-air. That happened after last winter. Around this area, around Granham Drive, that happened. I mean, this is 16th of August 2022. You know, do you remember the Home Alone film, Lost in New York? There was a voice changer. That was technology back then. Actually, that was the late 1990s. There was a voice changer. So, with technology, you can change voices. So if you can change someone's voice with a tape recorder, what else can you do? I mean, you can change the bass sound, make it high-pitched. There was voice changes on the go in these films. Home Alone, Lost in New York, Macaulay Culkin. That was a product on the market in an Argos store. You could buy it from Argos. Argos is still on the go. What's in our memory? You know, actually, if you're a child, you got really high-pitched voices. But then the voice breaks. It does in men. Women, the female voices are actually... Yes, female voices don't break, but they're not as loud, in a sense. You need a really clear voice, well, to overlay on video. I mean, women might be historically, vicars might have done weddings, but now maybe registrars do it. If it's a woman, their voice might not be heard the same on video, but a male voice is louder and deeper. It can project. Going into voices, there's all this. You go into voices, you've got to consider there's dialects and accents in language and speech. This is just the River Don. You know, actually, you're better turning a smartphone horizontal, because for a scene like this, video capture of a river, it's more scenic. Horizontal video is more immersive. But then, portrait mode, 16:9 format, that's more compatible online with a wide range of devices. Talking about technology, video capture, audio and voice, and sound can be amplified, sound can carry, and you can add sound effects to video. You can probably add wind, but actually there's a breeze today. There's environmental factors, and the wind is starting to blow. You can see it. And some of these, it's the low down bushes, not so much the tall trees. It's the low down bushes, they blow more. That's because they're more exposed in the open. You get a cluster of trees. They stand still. So you need large forests rather than cutting them down. More trees packed together, actually, they might not blow the same. This comes back to the environment. But I mean, trees next to roads can come down. The shared pedestrian cycle path and the skyscrapers of Tillydrone. The skyscrapers of Tillydrone.